We live in a world that never stops offering more. More to buy, more to scroll, more to numb, and more to escape. Until the wanting becomes normal and stopping feels impossible.
And somehow, the harder we chase it, the more burnt out, anxious, addicted and disconnected we become.
This is More, a podcast hosted by people with lived experience of addiction, mental health issues, trauma and neurodiversity, where the pursuit of more led us to rock bottom and has since led us to finding alternative ways to live.
Each week we have raw, honest conversations with each other and our guests, grounded in lived experience, about what the chase takes from us and what's possible when you stop running.
Through these conversations, we hear a diverse collection of stories and experiences from those who have found an alternative way to exist in the world.
These conversations are recorded in a single take, with no editing, so what you hear is real and unfiltered. Some names and places may be changed in order to protect those sharing their stories.
Welcome to More. Hi, welcome to More. My name's Toby.
My name's Rudy.
Caution, this episode may contain subjects that may be triggering to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Yeah, we're back. We've had a little sabbatical, haven't we?
Yeah.
Bit of half term, bit of a break. This is take two because we've been out of the game a bit and we just started the recording and my phone went off and I messed up the intro, but
Excellent start.
But you know, it's progress, not perfection, like we keep saying. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Steady away at the minute, I think.
Sorry, we said before, didn't we? Should we start with a check-in?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was just a rubbish version of a check-in. We're going to start our episodes with a check-in now. So
I'm feeling pretty grounded, trusting the process, also feeling a bit anxious about my bank balance slowly deteriorating.
Yeah.
But mate, all good, I think. You know, I've had, as I said, my sleep has settled, although now I'm just feel like my body's just catching up for the last 2.5 years. I'm just knackered constantly. My therapist has spaced my sessions out to monthly, you know, so everything is moving back into some normality, it feels like.
Yeah, nice.
Which has been few and far between for the last 2.5 years.
That's good. It's really positive.
Yeah, I just need to get some money in my bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of stability in the financial department.
Yeah, and I think that's it. Feeling pretty stable otherwise, man. How are you doing? Checking in?
I'm checking in. Yeah, okay. Tired. I'm definitely tired. I've also gone through this, and a lot of people I seem to be speaking to at the moment have just had this week of like exhaustion randomly. But positive. I'm positive and I'm grateful. I definitely have gratitude still every morning just for waking up. But yeah, I've got quite a lot on my plate at the moment, and that shows up in different ways for me. So, you know, my social battery is quite depleted because I'm doing a lot of calls with people and spinning a few plates and, you know, that kind of masking stuff that I do.
Yeah.
Where I have to pretend to people I don't know that I'm a normal person for some reason, which, you know, is all part of my recovery and stuff. But, you know, I'm aware that I've been doing that and I can feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm feeling positive, mate, and a little bit of anxiety about the podcast because I feel like, you know, we've not done it for a couple of weeks. I feel like, I can't remember how to talk.
Yeah. No, it's good. Mate, and I think with the energy, there was the new, well, if you believe in that, it was the blood moon yesterday.
Yeah,
New
okay.
moon. I don't know. It's like setting the new intentions and creating new pathways and stuff, isn't it?
Okay, nice.
Someone sent me a breakdown, but I'm not going to get my phone
Yeah,
to
yeah.
look at it.
Okay.
Of what the new moon means, and a lot of people feel that differently energetically. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
usually the neuro spicy
Yeah.
feel it more.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, man, I get that with the social stuff. I think I said I went and met my cousin in London on Friday,
Mm.
and she's neurodiverse as well. After like 2.5 hours, I was like, I don't think I've got any chat left. And she was the same. And I slept on the train on the way back, man. But I think it's good to say, isn't it? I could just feel it after a bit of just all of that chatting. Your battery's just done.
Yeah, yeah. But amazing having the awareness of it,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because I was having this conversation only a couple of nights ago that what I used to, or my sort of instinctual way of dealing with that's obviously learned probably through traumatic situations and whatnot, fight or flight and stuff, is I lean into that
Mm.
feeling, that like that drained, tired feeling that I'm like, right, I'm drained and tired, what I need to do is push harder
Yeah.
because I can't be drained and tired, so I'd lean into it more and burn out more.
Mm.
But like the beauty of having that awareness of that now,
Yeah.
when I can just go and take a break,
Yeah.
and then I feel fine again immediately after.
Yeah.
I level out.
But and I think that's part of addiction, is that self-destructive side, isn't it? Is knowing it's not good for you, but doing it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
leaning into it anyway. That happens once I start those negative thoughts. I just become addicted to them.
yeah. Okay.
And then it's like there's no stopping that train.
Yeah,
But I think I'm not having many of those at the minute, so it's great. But it's all related, isn't it?
yeah. It's all woven together.
That addictive mind,
Yeah,
just grabbing onto whatever it can to destroy you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. What about upcoming plans then?
Upcoming plans. I was meant to be going to a Pokemon card show on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
but
Spicy.
it's been cancelled.
Oh no! Why?
uh, it was at the Bristol City Stadium, and they're still in the FA Cup, I think. So their match is going to be that weekend.
Oh, okay.
So they need to use the stadium.
I was trying to think like what calamitous event would stop a Pokemon thing, like some kind of like, can't be weather or anything.
Nothing can stop them. No, that was with my son. So yeah, I don't know, what other future plans have we got. I'm trying to finish the recovery coaching certification. Just trying to find some work, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my main priority at the minute.
Yeah, yeah, you and me both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before I have to set up an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
Again.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, mate, I think I am just focused on doing what I do every day.
Yeah.
Until anything changes.
Yeah.
What about you? You got
I've actually got like gift of recovery, I'll call it. As you know, my nan passed away last year now, but just sort of before Christmas. She lived in Spain, had a funeral there, was cremated, and now me and the family are going back to the hometown where she sort of is from, and we're scattering her ashes on my granddad's grave and around places and stuff like that. So yeah, me and my daughter are getting on a train tomorrow, and
it's quite a fun thing to do.
yeah, I'm so excited, and she is bouncing. Yeah, like it's been bigger than Christmas so far. It's like every 20 minutes. It's like how many hours until we go on the train?
Yeah, it's just way different, isn't it? Than
Yeah,
being in the car.
yeah,
Because you both can hang out as well.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And and so we've got to go to the train station. Really, train's not early, but we've got to go down there because we're getting a lift, and it's the only time we can get a lift. So we're going to go out and have like breakfast together,
No.
and get some little snacks for the trip. And she's been like getting her drawing books out, and
Nice.
we got some little games. Yeah, I'm just so
Some quality
excited.
time.
Yeah, yeah, just us two as well. So that's brilliant. And then going to go up to stay with some family, and then they're driving us on up to the last little bit, and then we're all sort of hanging out together, which we very, very, very rarely do.
How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's my auntie and my cousins effectively, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know it will be tiring for me, that's fine, but like for my daughter, I'm really excited for her as well, to
Yeah.
spend some time with my family, because she doesn't get to do that a lot because they live all over the place. And yeah, just hang out and have a laugh, and yeah, I'm excited. I am.
Nice. Well, hopefully the sunshine continues up north.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Weather update. It's not rained for what? 2 days?
Sun has been glorious. It is a game it is a game
It's
changer.
encouraging, isn't it?
It is like a drug.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has been energizing just having that, man. Just making me want to go out of the house.
Yeah.
I just sit here.
Yeah. It's been such a long time coming, isn't it? Yeah, I feel like I've kind of waking up a bit.
It's good for the holes in my roof.
Yes. But still unfixed.
Yeah. We'll get there. I need some money to fix it.
Yeah.
There's a knock-on effect.
Absolutely. Okay, mate. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, and
Yeah, sounds like we're both doing all right.
Yeah.
Despite many things being juggled in the background.
Yeah. But that's life, isn't it?
That is life. Life, yes.
Okay. Well, today we're going to sort of get into what is recovery. What is recovery to us? We both just have a bit of a chat on that, and why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, so I guess, should we go through what a statement of recovery might be?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So like recovery ultimately is the process of rebuilding a functional, meaningful life after disruption, illness, harm, or crisis. And so I guess, recovery for me individually started with treatment. And that was I wasn't in active addiction, as I've shared when I went in. I was having psychiatric issues. And that gave me the foundation of understanding myself more. And then it's kind of, it's you either choose to live that way, or a lot of people go back to their external environment, and then there's relapse and whatever, it is whatever they're up to. When they're destructive patterns, I guess, or their mental illnesses. And I guess so that gave me the foundation and understanding of what needs to change. And so I guess coming home, I agreed like a recovery plan with the treatment team, my therapist and psychiatrist. And then, so basically, mate, it's ultimately all routine. Is that I've committed to a life of routine and stuck to it because I've never done that before.
Yeah.
I guess with the neurodiverse brain, I'd be like, I'm going to go to the gym. I'll do it for 2 weeks. And I'm like, there's no change. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, do it for 2 weeks, go 3 or 4 times, and just chop and changing. Oh, I need to do this work. I've got this project, never finish it. I'm going to learn something new, never finish it.
Yeah.
And I guess coming home, I've just been trying to, I get up, say some prayers, I do some affirmations. I've stopped journaling in the morning. I just do it on the night now and just go through my day and how I've been feeling. things to reflect on.
Does journaling for you, does that help it flow out of you when you journal?
If you read them when I'm in an episode of whatever's going on, you can understand where I'm at quite clearly.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas if I'm feeling like last night, it's just like, I done this today. This made me feel like this. Blah, blah, you know.
Yeah,
And then it's more like I do a feelings check in. And so in the past, you can see where you can see clearly
okay,
the
yeah.
patterns of where things aren't getting.
You can see it coming on from your entries
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then,
So it's kind of like, so I can look back and try and catch things.
yeah, learn from it.
Yeah, yeah. So it doesn't get as bad as it has done in the past. But sometimes it does if there's things. If I want to get things out, I tend to write it on my laptop.
Yeah.
I've got loads of documents on there. If you read them back, it just sounds like some crazy person. Well, I guess I was at one point in the last few years.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you read those, you can clearly see what is going on and
Yeah.
where I'm at. Like,
And I suppose because you can type quite fast as well. That's
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I've worked on a laptop for
Yeah.
20 years. I'm proficient at
yeah, yeah. For me, I'd be like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I guess like carry that everywhere. I don't always have a pen and paper, or if, you know, I'm not that used to writing. So after a couple of pages, my wrist is killing me.
21st century.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, and that's it. Yeah, as you know, I go to the gym every day that I can. I had a rest day today because I am getting old
Yeah.
and I've got lots of injuries, and I have to be careful not to become too obsessed with that. And I guess that just happens though. You go to the gym, feel great, get a pump on,
Yeah.
come home and look in the mirror, and you've got body dysmorphia again. It's just,
Dopamine's wearing off as well.
yeah. It's just a never-ending cycle. Like,
Yeah.
but you know, just doing that, I know how important the exercise is for my mental stability, and that's one of the things with the chronic pain that has, you know, in the past, when the exercise isn't there, my mood comes down pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's all linked together there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. You know, 12-step meetings. I join the coaching community twice a week, and you hear stories of people with other lived experience. I guess having that connection community within the 12-step meetings and within that coaching community keeps me in touch with other people in recovery.
Yeah.
I guess since coming into recovery, my life and my friendship circles have changed
Yeah.
quite considerably. And I guess where I hung out beforehand when I had a partner, you know, I'm not hanging out. So it's been creating new friendships.
Yeah.
I guess lots of meditation and trying to be present in my recovery.
What sort of meditations do you do then?
So I use I'm a sound healing therapist.
Yeah.
So I'll place one of the balls on my solar plexus
Okay.
and play the ball until it brings my mind, the racing ADHD mind.
Nice. And that's like striking the bowl or playing the rim?
No, striking it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so you feel that right through your body. And one of the other things, like, it's not always possible. I try before bed and in the morning, I try to have a few minutes of just having a quiet mind, and it's not always possible. One of the other ways that I learned when I was in treatment is it has an actual name, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. Basically, light a candle and you just focus on the flame from quite a close distance, and that allows you to get out of your head and you just focus on the dancing flame.
Okay, nice.
And so that if I can't just sit and be quiet in my mind, I'll spark up a candle.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are the two main ways. And every now and then, I downloaded a new app called Waking Up. I don't know if you've seen that. There's
No,
a
I
guy
haven't.
called Sam Harris. I try the guided meditation apps every now and then,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I found there's one called, I don't know if we're allowed to actually say the name of the apps and things. I used an app called Balance, which was great. I used that before treatment
Yeah,
because I was having lots of panic attacks, and now it was like ADHD, burnout, and
yeah,
they had some good ADHD meditations guided and things in that
yeah.
app.
Do you breathe in work with your?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Just focus on the breath.
yeah,
And then, yeah, I think everyone, with all of that, you just have to find the ones that work for you. I think the most
yeah,
powerful one for me is with the sound bowls.
yeah,
Yeah, so I think that's it. And yeah, trying to just go to bed early.
yeah. Self-care, man.
Yeah, that's ultimately what recovery is, isn't it? It's like I'm trying to, you know, live more authentically, live in a state of wellness, and away from crisis, and live by my values and my beliefs.
Yeah, nice.
Try to live a simple life.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm quite,
So you're understanding what it is you actually need from life.
yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
listening to my body
yeah,
rather than society.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a big
So,
one.
yeah,
God, yeah.
yes. So in a nutshell, that is what I think my recovery looks like.
Okay, that's cool. And just go back a little bit. The recovery coaching,
Yeah.
how's that been helping? Obviously, well, can you let us know sort of where you're at with that and how it's sort of obviously you're learning to help other people, but how it's helping you?
Yeah. So I think, I think the recovery coaching has been great. I've found out about it from a recovery place in my hometown from addiction, and I was introduced to it over a year ago. And I have been there's a container online Tuesdays and Thursdays for different aspects where we can join, and then it's kind of like fluid learning. And so where I'm at with it is that I've finished the theory side, and so that's all done now. And I'm just finalising my coaching hours. I've got 2 live sessions to be assessed from. I need to do a case study. I just got a few more coaching hours to get in, and I
Awesome, mate.
and I think that I guess it's given me an understanding of how how broad, how many pathways to recovery there is, and how everyone's recovery journey is very individual to them, and where one thing it might work for someone, it doesn't work for someone else, and it's up to I guess the one thing that I remember from treatment is that people can be in recovery, but they're not going anywhere in their recovery. And recovery is an action program, so you're constantly taking those positive steps to find things that are nourishing you, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And it's understanding that there's lots of pathways out there. It's not. I don't know what the saying is that I want to say. It's not like one size fits all.
yeah. It's not a straight line, mate.
Yeah, and I think it's taught me to the levels of active listening. It's allowed me to focus on my listening more. I guess with the ADHD, you could talk to me and even when it's like in full flow, I'll just nod and say yes.
Yeah,
And I don't remember anything you said. Like, I can read the same reading on a morning 10 times, and
yeah,
I'll go to the toilet and come back and I won't remember a word of it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I think that active listening, has allowed me to try and tune into my listening, and so I can actually hear what's going on. Like, yeah, yesterday I was on the call, but I was distracted trying to get some tickets for my son's birthday, and I just didn't. I communicated that I'm doing something in the background, but I just couldn't keep up with what was going. There's just too much going on in my brain.
Yeah,
But in general, my active listening has been good, and I guess,
that's good. There's a real life skill,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, and I think having to be humble in my listening and not be judgmental.
Yeah,
I think that is one of that. When you're in the madness, you can. It's hard to have. Well, for me, it was is yeah. I don't really have that empathy or when
hey,
I'm in it. So it's work in progress. It is hard, but it's definitely coming on. I'm feeling in a good place with it. And I guess what I get from it, it's obviously based on lived experience. The way the community works is that everyone's got their own lived experience in those weekly community sessions, and so people bring different things, and you learn their pathways and what's helped them, and you learn about the referral networks and the system where the family members are. It's not all about the person who has the substance use disorder or whatever. It's mental health issues. It's how the family, the whole system of people that get affected,
yeah,
like the employer,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
children,
yeah,
parents. So it's interesting, and it's teaching me a lot about
yeah.
recovery.
That sounds really good, mate.
Mm.
Whew.
Yeah, so I think recovery's feeling pretty good at the minute. I think I'm committed to it.
Yeah,
Don't
good.
think there's any going back now.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what about you? How does what does recovery mean to you, and where are you at in your recovery?
Yeah, so I mean, thank you as well, first of all, for that. That was, yeah, really nice to hear. I love hearing like everyone's different thoughts
Mm,
on recovery and what it means to them, because no two journeys are the same, are they?
yeah.
Yeah, and it's I always pick up something where I'm like, oh yeah, not thought about that like that or anything. So yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, recovery for me. So yeah, like one word would be healing.
Mm,
I think is the definite title of the book. But yeah, for me, I'm I came into recovery not even understanding what recovery was. Not even knowing of its existence really, other
yeah.
than like,
What did you know about it before
well,
you came into it?
but
Ultimately,
recovery was, you broke your leg,
yeah,
you had to recover from it.
yeah,
I didn't know it had other routes of recovering from addiction,
mm,
recovering from mental health issues, all this, the world of recovery did not exist to me. I didn't know about it.
yeah,
So, shining a bit of a light on that. I'm recovering from, and yeah, so I came in, was made aware of recovery via, substance misuse, alcoholism, but since then, by obviously I went into a sort of 12-step thing first, and then that gave me a pretty quick foundation and a realization that, you know, things were going wrong everywhere. And I realized from there, working on myself, being honest with myself and others being honest with me, that I'm recovering from pretty serious mental health issues, suicide ideation, PTSD, trauma, living a life as an autistic, masked
yeah.
person.
It's a full-time job in itself, isn't it?
Mate, it is. Yeah. And like the burnout
Yeah,
as well that comes from that,
yeah,
when I hit my rock bottom, I can safely say I was, in deep with all of them.
Yeah.
at the same time, as well, the addiction and chronic pain,
Yeah.
I've got to recover from all of those things. And that's what recovery is for me, is healing
Yeah.
from all these things. And, so the flip side of the coin to those, the solutions or like the tools is, so yeah, mental health counselling.
Mm.
Again, another thing I'd never heard of, you
Yeah.
know. Oh, no, that's not true. Never heard of it. I'd just seen it in movies
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I don't know anyone. I didn't know anyone who'd ever done counselling, been and had counselling.
Yeah.
So I'd never had that like, oh, this worked for me
Yeah.
sort of thing for whatever reason that was, which is strange now I think about it. I suppose maybe a generational thing, don't know. And then like the EMDR stuff, which is doing like the traumatic stuff, PTSD, that repressed memory, that early childhood trauma. That's how I healing from those things. Antidepressants. I'm on antidepressants and pain inhibitors for like my pain and mood. So that recovery for me is healing. It's going from survival to living.
Yeah.
So I've come to the realization that I have issues in all these areas, and so my recovery plan is to work in all those areas, and that's what I'm trying to do concurrently. Sometimes prioritize ones over others when some areas are flaring up more than others.
Yeah.
And it's really just sort of getting to understand who I am.
Yeah. It's having that self-awareness, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think. And having the self-awareness to when one is flaring up
yeah,
to prioritize and
yeah,
you I think what's that saying? Is it you wouldn't put diesel in your petrol car or whatever.
yeah,
You
yeah,
only have one body,
yeah,
a mind, and I think it's the self-awareness is such a big thing.
yeah,
I
it's
think for
huge.
me it is.
And yeah, to go with that, that's like what I was saying before, that my sort of default response, that lean into hard
Mm,
times and stuff like that is so counterproductive, really,
yeah,
for me. Having that awareness now about that means that I can do something about it. Yeah, and it's it's working physically for, injuries like you do with your, like saying you're going to the gym and
mm,
strengthening your back
yeah,
and keeping yourself healthy and, regulated physically
yeah,
is important. We are a mind body connected race.
yeah, yeah,
You can't separate them.
yeah,
So then mentally,
yeah.
looking after yourself mentally, understanding those.
What's the to be mentally, spiritually, and physically well
Yeah,
balanced?
yeah, exactly that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But emotionally,
yeah,
for me, I have to work at being emotional,
well,
not being emotional, but work on my emotions.
yeah. Well,
As
I think we've both discussed that before. Is like
yeah,
I have what is it? The alexithymia, is it?
yeah,
Is where you just don't have the emotions, and
yeah,
that's always been one of the struggles. And
yeah,
I guess that is the hardest. What I couldn't accept in the past is that why don't I connect?
yeah, yeah,
But now I guess now just living in acceptance is that
yeah,
I don't have to fucking connect
yeah, yeah.
to be here.
And like for me, I can, I'm a father, and
Yeah.
so, I struggle the same. I can quite easily just be non-emotional, but I'm getting feelings back, at the moment, and emotionally, I want to sort of like, I want to be a role model
Yeah.
emotionally. So I trying to feel these things and work through them and understand how just being completely emotionally cold can be offensive to some people if you're
Mm.
in relationships with them and such like. So physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
better and working in all those areas where I've been really depleted.
Yeah. And I think ultimately, on all top of it, is like just being kind to ourselves as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because there's, it's never ending. There's always something with whatever it is. We both have different conditions and things. There's always going to be something. It's just like, be kind.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, God, just getting to understand myself is starting. I'm sort of, it's a bit like, I'm taking a bit of pride in taking a bit of pride. I'm starting to respect myself
Yeah.
a little bit more when I work in all these areas.
Yeah.
I'm starting to accept that, don't have to be the best or what you think's the best and whatever.
Yeah.
It's okay to just give yourself a break,
Yeah.
and like you say, yeah, being kind, man, just being kind,
Yeah.
even down to that just internal monologue,
Yeah.
when that internal monologue's giving me shit,
Yeah.
I kind of stand up for myself in my own head
Yeah.
a little bit now.
Yeah. And I think that being the best is that perfectionism, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
like that is a hard thing to get past. And I think it it always is a tricky one, and that's why I keep saying is the progress, not perfection.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I just have to keep reminding myself that all the time, like even just like sending a message, or like, oh, is that good? Is that funny? Is that like, just fucking send it, man? Who cares?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, it's a constant battle. But mate, it sounds like you're doing well, like making progress. And yeah, I guess from seeing you in that first meeting, however, how long ago was that now?
Uh, yeah, coming up year and a half.
Yeah, to now, very different.
Yeah,
And so it's been good to see.
yeah. Likewise, mate. I feel like the best I've ever felt. This has
Yeah.
been the best year and or whatever, a bit
So you're already been the best?
of my life. Yeah, but I'm knowing better. No, it has, because I'm starting to understand what that self-worth is.
Yeah.
Like a lot, and early days,
Yeah, yeah.
really early days. Don't get me wrong, I'm well aware of that, but that's what's so good.
Yeah.
Is like, God, I'm feeling so good about sort of all the areas, just ever so slightly creeping in the right direction.
Yeah.
Feels, feels fucking amazing, mate.
Yeah. And I think like going back to the recovery coaching and to the 12 steps, for me, like, you know, in crisis, I'm in victim mode and I'm like, I've had the worst stuff. No one's had worse stuff happening to me. Coming into recovery, hearing other people's stories is like, people have been through shit as well.
Yeah,
And it allows me to move out of what is it, the drama triangle into the winner's triangle.
yeah, that sort of
And
victim mentality.
yeah, it's like empowering. It's like I have been through some shit, but I don't have to let that keep me pinned to the ground.
Yeah.
I guess it's moving past that, and that is a process.
Mm.
I think I've been seeing my therapist and other people for 10 years before going into treatment and getting into actual recovery.
Yeah,
I was just had shit going on, but I was
yeah, mate.
still using and all of the other stuff that entails.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's been a big one for me. Is that mental clarity
yeah,
that I've gained from essentially, from not taking drugs,
yeah,
not abusing alcohol,
Yeah.
but also from other addictions, pornography,
Yeah.
such like that. That mental clarity that's come back has is where my baselines come from
Yeah. Yeah.
to be able to progress. I don't think, I'm not saying it's impossible, but for me, I wouldn't have been able to take on what I'm taking on now.
Yeah.
Still out there doing that.
Yeah.
I think it's really given me a different approach to life
Yeah.
and a different approach to myself.
Yeah. And I think that's ultimately when you get to rock bottom, you, you have to decide whether you want to stay there or, we've both been to that place where ending it is the only option.
Yeah.
Or you surrender and you live a different life completely. And I think there's no like half measures, is there?
No.
Yeah, I think it has to be recovery only works if you want it.
Yeah, and if you're going to start a new life, don't start a shit one.
Yeah,
Innit? Yeah.
yeah,
You go in, with all the optimism and just after that
yeah.
that lifestyle as well.
And I think now after a couple of years, it's just like just waking up fresh in the morning, just being like, never have to have that come down.
Yeah,
Never have to decide whether I need to have a can or a fag to make me feel better.
yeah, right.
It's just like just sound every morning,
Yeah,
which is just a blessing.
yeah,
It's-
serenity.
and there's no saying what tomorrow brings, but I think I'm feeling pretty content about that at the minute and comfortable with it.
Nice, mate.
I think, but when the sunshine comes out, I think that's when the addict starts to play up a bit in my mind.
Yeah, okay.
It's just like
Yeah,
should be doing something fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think we should just quickly go over a bit of stigma that is around recovery before we wrap up. We sort of touched on quickly then, didn't we? Awareness,
yeah,
which is something that we're trying to help with the podcast. But there is a stigma around recovery for a few reasons, and especially sort of addiction recovery.
yeah, yeah. And I guess it's like what you said. You didn't know anyone who'd had therapy before. I think what I knew about addiction, though, I had a running joke with my friends through all of after a heavy s- session of using, it'd be like text message in the group, I need to check into the Priory,
Yeah,
but with no understanding of what that actually meant. Only just
yeah,
the celebrities who I'd seen in the news, like Pete Doherty, who's the cricket player. I think Phil Tufnell went to the Priory. And just those people who you've seen on the tabloids in the 90s and 2000s.
yeah,
And yeah, I think a lot of friends still have that, if I speak to certain friends and they'd be like, you're not an addict, it wasn't that bad.
yeah.
And then you're like, well, if you look at all of the patterns over the years, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. And how do you think you break that stigma?
I guess that has to be done by a bigger. It can't just be one person, isn't it? I think the recovery space has to collectively come together to
Yeah,
break that stigma.
because it's societal, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think like
There's a lot more awareness around it now I feel, I hope it's not just because I'm in the environment, that sort of like osmosis effect, but
Yeah.
I feel like, and from what I sort of hear, that there's becoming a bit more awareness around, to be honest, probably around addiction
Yeah.
more than recovery as
Yeah.
such.
Yeah. And I think, like, I'm completely speculating, but from what you hear, that the younger generations aren't choosing to live how we did in our youth. And I think mostly because when I used to first go to the pub, it was like 95 pence for a pint. Now it's like 7.50.
Yeah, mate.
It's 10 pints.
Yeah,
It's very, very different landscape. And you could get 8 cans for less than a fiver.
yeah, right.
Now, I think it's a lot of people are choosing the younger generation. And we're in that Instagram, as I said, I've gone to that new gym. Everyone's got their tops off and carrying their tripods about and recording each other. I think it's very different with the world of social media.
Yeah, potential other addiction though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're just, while we're on that subject then, vaping.
Vaping is over, mate. I've completed it.
How many days?
I don't know, 5.5 weeks. Nick, no
Yes,
patches,
mate.
no chewing gum. I'm out of there.
You've used your recovery toolbox and tactics
Yeah.
to kick another addiction.
Yeah, and I think listening to what people say, like, I think I said when I first come back, my doctor went through my record and he was like, vaping's the least of your worries, mate. And I
Yeah,
was like, okay, great.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then, chatting to people in the fellowship and my sponsor, and he'd be like, I'm my therapist. You'll know when the time's ready, you'll feel
Yeah.
ready. And I think that time came. And I do miss the juicy peach, but I can feel like, well, I wear a watch. I've wore it to track my sleep
Yeah,
over the last few years while I've not been sleeping. But it's just like my heart rate has, come down considerably when I'm
yeah,
not doing 3,000 puffs minimum a day.
yeah, mate. Vaping, mate, well done. Well done. Look at that, leading from the front.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
But yeah, I think that the stigma's a big thing, isn't it? And I think even like in the workplace, trying to go to work, it's like, do you say it or don't you say it? And I guess it's like, am I going to be not given a job if I communicate where I'm at? It's
Yeah.
still all very, I think there's a lot of work to do as a society to people do recover.
Yeah. And, it's huge. Getting into recovery, being in recovery
Yeah,
is huge. Like the work that has to be put in, it's a shining example of someone's,
resilience.
yeah, totally.
And yeah, their commitment, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there is a big stigma and we need to change it because, a lot of since coming into recovery, the most well and spiritually imbalanced and authentic people I've met are in recovery.
100%.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But then people still struggle in society because of they're being labelled as something in the past.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot of work to do.
Well,
But maybe this podcast is going to help
that's what I was about
in
to
a
say.
small way.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, mate. Well, that's awesome. I reckon we wrap it up here
yeah,
because we're coming up on our time. Should we put some of the stuff we've talked about today in the show notes?
yeah.
Like the app you're talking
I can
about,
mention what that
potentially.
meditation's called.
Yeah, yeah. Stuff like that. Any tools we've talked about and
Yeah.
such like. Again, as always, if anyone needs any direction towards these things or wants to hear any more about anything we've talked about, just drop us a comment, or there's on whatever platform you're listening to, there in the description somewhere should be a link to this. I think it says send us a text, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not a text, is it? It's like an email or whatever.
And there's an email which is hello@tobyandrudy.com.
There you go. Yeah, if you message any of them, that comes directly to us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To our pockets. So
sorry, you go ahead, Matt.
no, that's it for me.
I was gonna, if we're happy to chat to anyone and
Yeah, of course.
Point you in the right direction. Be good. We're willing to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we're here. Brilliant. All right. Well, thank you from me for listening along.
And from me, Rudy. Sorry, I was switching off there. I was winding down at the end of the episode.
This is the first episode we've done in an evening as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
All of our other episodes have been in the morning. I'm feeling infinitely different.
Yeah.
At night time.
Yeah. No, but it's good to do it again, and we should have some good stuff coming up as well.
Yeah.
At the minute, we're just trying to keep the consistency and keep getting comfortable in front of the microphone.
Yeah.
The hardware, the serious hardware we're operating.
Trying to operate. Yeah, and hopefully we'll be having some guests on soon, trying to work on that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Start exploring some new exciting stuff.
Yeah, and I guess with the comments and the emails, if anyone wants to talk to us about their recovery and what recovery means to them, yeah, I'd love to hear that as well.
Yeah. And hey, if you want to come on the show, send us a message.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for listening.
More to take, more to chase, more to numb, more to escape. More screens, more pills, more noise, more thrill. We wanted more, we lost ourselves. We paid the cost, the deeper we delve. Always more, never enough. Always more, never enough. Until it breaks. Or you do. Until it breaks. All you do. All you do.